Okay, good morning, all my gorgeous savages. You know who this is, your boy, the Twisted King Savage. And you are listening to another episode of the A.W.C.W podcast. Now, I'm changing the format a little bit. I'm going to be doing a whole lot shorter episodes, just focusing on one or two things. And today we're going to be talking about wrestling. And in particular, first we're going to be talking about my man, Bobby Lashley, winning the WWE title. Oh my God! Since Bobby Lashley came back to the WWE, I was waiting for this moment. You guys don't understand. Bobby Lashley, I fought and I've defended for years. The Bobby Lashley against other wrestling fans, he was a guy that nobody, they say he's a good guy, he's physically intimidating, but it's there's no way he's on the level of a Brock Lesnar. Are you fucking kidding me? People I talk like that tend to, I guess, did not watch TNA back when Bobby Lashley was their heavyweight champion, when he was literally fucking destroying people. How Moose is in TNA now is what Bobby Lashley was years ago, and it was him once again with MVP and Kitty King, which was a really cool dynamic. It was like the Beatdown crew. I think Low Key was a part of that group. It was a real cool faction, and MVP took that same formula and just moved it over to WWE and created the Hurt Business with him, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, and Bobby Lashley, and it works. This past year, one of the biggest highlights of me continually watching Raw was the Hurt Business. I was really behind them from the beginning. I was just watch and wait. And some of the things they were doing, the whole thing between Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, I feel that's story filler they were adding in case they wanted to do something. But yeah, I like the way they set that up. The moment Drew won the Elimination Chamber, it was just shades of fucking the first Elimination Chamber when Edge cashed in on Cena. He does this monumental feat, beats everybody, wins. Then out of nowhere, Bobby Lashley comes out, beats the fuck out of whatever left out of Drew McIntyre. Then all of a sudden you hear the Miz's music hit, and he comes in, cashes in, and wins. And oh my God, anybody who knows me knows I have a hate for the Miz, and I have to preface this with this. Not the man Mike Mizanin. I think Mike Mizanin is a wonderful human being. I love watching Miz and Mrs. Seeing him with his wife and was it her mother, his father, fucking hilarious. I love watching them. However, whenever the Miz comes through the curtain, that motherfucker can eat a dick and die. Fuck that nigga. I said it. I don't care who knows it. Fuck him. So he wins the title. The next night on Raw, the whole plan was revealed, of course, but MVP was behind it. It was a great bit of storytelling to call back last year when MVP told Drew when he asked him to join. Some way somehow you will lose that title and I will be a part of that. So brilliant way to bring that back. But yeah, the next week they set the title match for Miz and Bobby Lashley. I could be wrong. I can't remember if didn't Miz and Shane have a rivalry or something? Didn't they have something a while back? Oh yeah, that was a couple of years ago at WrestleMania 35. Miz and Shane went at it. Okay, so yeah, so I was suspecting that was the reason. I just couldn't actually remember. But yeah, so that's why Shane is all hot on getting the title off of the Miz. I mean, once again, nice storytelling for WWE. This is something we rarely get to see, but there is some consistency in the story that's I like these callback moments. I like when they bring the past back, not Legends Night, but when you see Randy Orton and Cena go at it, there's history there. It's always good when you call upon that history. So Miz is forced to defend the title next week on Raw, this past Monday, and they come out. Miz trying to weasel his way out of it. He says he has stomach pains, like he's supposed to defend it at 9. He's sick. All right, so they pushed it back to 10. 10, the match starts. Miz immediately jumps out the ring and runs to the back and gets counted out. Bobby Lashley is furious. Finally, they say at the end of the show, he will defend the title, and if he doesn't, he's gonna get stripped and they're gonna give it to Bobby. So Miz comes down there, and Shane, after everybody hits the ring, Shane comes out and says it's going to be a lumberjack match. So, make the long story short, it's already been long enough. Fucking Bobby Lashley beats the hell out of him, puts him in the Hurt Lock, and wins the title. Great idea. I mean, I'm happy to see the title on him. I like to see. I want to see Bobby going into WrestleMania with the title, and hopefully his opponent will be Drew, which will actually be one of the first main events in WrestleMania that I'm actually really excited for, because I think these two guys are going to tear the fucking house down. Like, Bobby Lashley's at a point where he really does. When they say he unbeatable, he really does look unbeatable, and and that's the crazy thing. So does Drew. Like, it's one of the few times that the story is actually good leading up into a Mania. Like, this is what WrestleMania should be leading on. I don't care about the part-timers. I don't care about fucking motherfuckers coming back for one fucking time, for one fucking match, because it's time to cash that fucking big paycheck. Sit your bitch ass down. You ain't done shit all fucking year. Sit your ass in the back and let the motherfuckers who've been working their ass off this whole entire time have this moment. And that's not a disrespect or shade to Edge at the moment, because I really do enjoy his storyline and what's going on, and I like the fact that he's willing to put in the work. So I didn't want everybody to think that was a dig at Edge. This is like, I'm talking about from past WrestleManias. But moving on from that, there was one other thing I want to talk about, and that is AEW's and the match between Cody Rhodes, was it Red Velvet versus Shaq and Jade Cargill. Oh, and I'm not saying that this match was a wrestling clinic, but like, they really did a good job making Shaq look good in the ring. Like, Cody did a lot of work. He was flipping and throwing himself around, which you were expecting for this match. They had nice segues switching up into the fights between Cargill and Red Velvet. Red Velvet looked pretty good. Jade Cargill, she has a lot to learn, but she has the look. She has that confidence in the ring, and like, with some more training, like, I'm saying if by this time next year, Jade Cargill can be a major player in AEW. Like, I really believe she has the athletic ability, she has the charisma, she has the talent. All she really needs is the training, and this girl is going to be a force on that women's roster. I kid you not. It was an enjoyable match, and like, the thing I loved the most was at the end, they had the spot with Cody. Cody put Shaq. They had set up these tables, and he dived and hit, and Shaq took a table bump. Like, that was insane. That was one thing I did not expect, was that Shaq would take a table bump like that. I mean, it really shows how far he was willing to go, and just how much trust he had in Cody and the rest of AEW to do a spot like that. Like, I cannot wait to see where this story goes. Like, and that's the good thing I like about AEW. There's stories that AEW is telling that I'm liking just because they're just fun little fucking stories to tell. Like, Cody's doing all of this work, you know, bringing in stars, you know, working on building the brand, and I respect Cody for that. Like, Cody's not having other guys doing it; he's doing it himself, which is admirable. I know he catches a lot of flack, but like, the work the man is doing for this company is phenomenal. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys take care. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Peace.